Hello everyone, right now we are in niche Serbia where Summer Academy 2018 is taking place. The Summer Academy this year has 4 amazing streams, and we will now present you some of the modules that have been produced here, hoping that you will be able to take something from them that's useful for your NCs in your work and enjoy the content.
Hello, my name is Monica. I'm from Portugal and I am one of the trainers within the Outreach and Inclusion stream. We had 4 main modules in this stream, and our first point and the ground for the rest of the modules was actually to have a clear concept and understanding of what inclusion and outreach mean to the participants, to their national committees, and to make sense of it within the EYP context. With these, participants also had the possibility to see what are actually the benefits of having an inclusion strategy and why should we be an inclusive organization. There is the first point to get this strategy going and to include more people is actually thinking about ways to doing that, and this is what participants were doing. We ended up concluding that thinking about these ideas and solutions to include more people are based on personal assumptions of what we think that certain groups need and believe. And we should start by actually approaching these groups. Why are not they more involved in EYP, and trying to understand their needs and how we can actually meet them. Otherwise, we might be creating solutions for problems that don't exist and not having in mind others that we were just not aware that they existed. So this was the key first point to the Outreach and Inclusion module, and later on we continue to understand how to make this part of each national committee strategy and how to implement them and to measure their success.
Hi there, my name is Matt. I am from EYP UK and I'm here in Niche at the Summer Academy. I have been working as the lead trainer for the fundraising stream alongside our expert external trainer Artur and the tremendous Janice Fifke. A particularly enjoyable module to facilitate over the Summer Academy has been a training on pitching, both in a digital and a face-to-face environment. And in this short video, we'll be focusing on face-to-face pitching. A quick pitch is made up of a sequence of 3 core parts. The first of these is your high concept. This is a description of your project within a single sentence and should be simple enough so as to ensure anyone can understand what your project actually is. Hollywood has somewhat perfected this. The movie Snakes on a Plane is perhaps the perfect example of a high concept. It's clear, it's snappy, it's punchy, you know what it is. This is not, though, the same as a tagline, which is somewhat more idealistic. But then what makes a good high concept? Any good high concept should always consider the Shakespearean phrase, brevity is the soul of wit. Essentially, this means that less is more, or perhaps more explicitly, the less you say the better, the shorter it is, the better it is in general. It should also, a good high concept, should also make careful use of the building blocks related to the product that is being pitched, or the project being pitched rather. For example, one might describe the movie Shrek as big green angry Scotsman gets angry at rural property developers and takes out vengeance on Magic Donkey. This might be accurate, but doesn't really capture the magic of the film. Maybe we should be using other building blocks of Shrek, such as unconventional protagonist falls in love with princess that he rescues from Dark Tower. That's something that's a bit more relatable and understandable. Your high concept should then be followed by your unique selling point. This is a bit more straightforward. We all have a unique selling point within our NCs. There's many different ways in which this can be done. Maybe you want to talk about the sustainability focus that your project might have. make sure to kind of emphasise this special sauce, if you will. Finally, you need to demonstrate some degree of insight to the industry or area in which the pitch is being pitched to. Or rather, you need to know who your stakeholder is, right? You need to know who that is. You will generally find that if you're able to piggyback on existing initiatives, then you will have a far, far greater time. Anyway, they're the 3 things to take away from this. High concept, unique selling point, followed by insight into your stakeholder. With all of these things, you should have the perfect pitch. Hope this has been useful. Thank you very much. Brilliant. Thank you so much.
Well done.
Hi, I'm Jodie, I'm from the UK and I'm a trainer here at EYP UK's Summer Academy in Serbia 2018. I'm overseeing some of the additional modules, and in this video I'm just going to talk you through, really briefly, my Teachers and School module. It's so key for us to understand teachers and schools because on an NC to NC basis, they are the key to our success and our sustainability. All NCs have problems of engagement, elitism, vocation, disparities, outreach, and many other problems. So I'm going to give you 5 quick fixes to trying to help improve your relationship with teachers and schools and any other problems that you may incur. So, firstly, always contact your NC members, the ones that are previous to you, the ones that are currently on the board, because they've accumulated knowledge over time and multiple minds are always more powerful than one. You also have the governing body teacher representative, so you can contact the governing body and ask them for their advice as well. So you really use the resources that you have, and you also have a council which will sustain and facilitate a change of your teacher and NC relationship as well. So, secondly, keeping strong connections and keeping a good relationship with the teachers in your NC. So it's really important for us to have a strong base of teachers and schools that we can invite to our events and have that cooperation in our NC with. So you can keep good relations by emailing the school regularly. You can help at other events that maybe they are offering. You can give presentations to inform students on what EYP does and why it may help their school, which I know a few NCs do, especially the Netherlands, and also hold social events. So get teachers involved and get them mingling and understanding why EYP is so good for their students. Thirdly, allocate sufficient time. So we need to remember that teachers and schools are so key to EYP, and we need to allocate the sufficient amount of time to them and ensuring that we have a really good base with them. Fourthly, be organised. So implementing the above is helped by being organised so much. Not only this, but you'll save time and find things, do things better, or start to innovate and start to think of things with a fresh mind so you're not so tired all the time. Fifthly, remember your target audience. Tailoring the pitch and apply that effectively and correctly. So if it's a school that's nervous maybe about English speaking, maybe they're not in one of the main regions or main cities and they're nervous about coming to an event where it's English speaking, twist it and show that actually that can work so well for them, that it's an event they can come to and they can freely speak English. Or maybe the teacher in the school has left and that was the teacher that oversees EYP. Maybe go to the school, contact the students and contact other members in the department and see if they want to take over EYP. Number 3, allocate sufficient time. Because teachers and schools are so important, we need to remember to allocate sufficient time into talking to them and keeping these connections. Fourthly, be organised. Being organised helps us implement what we've spoken about before in the first few stages, whilst also saving time for us. And then fifthly, remember your target audience. So tailor the pitch and approach the school correctly. Maybe the school is nervous about coming to this event which is all English speaking. No, tailor that to them and say to them that EYP actually can be really good for them, that it's an event they can come to and they can practice their English speaking skills. Maybe there's a school and the teacher that deals with EYP has left. Go to the school, contact them, talk to the students, see if they want to get involved, talk to the other people within the department and see if anyone else wants to take over the role. So stuff like this, tailor it to the school and remember who your target audience is. A bit of personal connection to the school always goes a long way. So they're my 5 quick fixes. I hope this helped. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Tom from Germany. I'm a trainer at the EYP Summer Academy 2018 here in Niš in Serbia. And I'm going to tell you now a few simple things you can follow to make sure that you and your NC stay safe with the new rules of the GDPR. First of all, everything you know about the GDPR and everything that you will learn, you should keep for yourself. Make sure you build awareness and you share all the knowledge you have with your fellow NC members so that they can follow the same rules and make sure that your whole NC stays safe. First of all, every time you get new data from now on, make sure you get permission to store and process it. That means if you have a form that people should fill out, put a little disclaimer at the end in which you explain what exactly you plan to do with the data and if you're sharing it, for example, with Google, Facebook, or any other third parties. Also, it couldn't hurt if you have a privacy policy. You can add that on your website and then link to it from forums, and there you can explain all the details about where you store data, how you process it, and so on, just to make sure everybody knows what is going on and can't complain later that they didn't. You should also have a special contact address or a form in which people can request access to the data, modification of the data, or the deletion of the data, because they now have the right to be forgotten alongside other rights according to the new GDPR rules. And especially for those requests, you should prepare and make sure that you know where all of your sensitive personal information is stored. If somebody wants their data to be sent to them, you should know where you can find it. Same goes for if you want to delete it. So I recommend that you create a spreadsheet in which you link all of the documents in which you store personal sensitive information. If minors are attending your event, you should make sure that you get parental consent depending on your local legislation. In some cases, they might not be able to do it on their own and give you the permission to use their data by themselves. Lastly, if you haven't already, make sure you appoint a data protection officer within the board of your organization. This person should sign contracts with all of the companies which process your data, such as Google, Facebook, or other companies. If you follow those rules, you should be fine with the new GDPR in place. But keep in mind that I'm not a lawyer and this is not legal advice. Please consult a lawyer who knows your national legislation as well, to make sure you're on the safe side.